Man, this world is crazy. This world is crazy. And as a parent, hearing I love you, hearing that they're special, hearing that they're important, hearing that they matter, showing them that they matter should be like top tier of what you should do to your child or for your child, female or male. Because even though it's not publicized as much as little girls getting taken and mistreated and handled by people who clearly had something done to them as well. You know what I'm saying? It's not to excuse what they did, especially because you're an adult and you should know better. But a lot of people repeat what's been done to them, thinking that is what you're supposed to do. That is, you know what I'm saying, what goes on. Or a lot of people are so afraid because of what's going on in their life, not healing, not going and getting the proper treatment that they needed. They look for control in the little kids and knowing that they can do whatever they want to little kids, right? But it shouldn't be coming from them. Your child should not be hearing that they're important and that they're special from somebody like a monster. I don't know what else to call it, because for you to think that it's okay to, prey on little girls and even little boys. There's little boys, whether it's male doing it or females doing it, there's little boys. It's just not publicized. But your child shouldn't be hearing it from a stranger or somebody who's close to the family. They should be hearing it at all times from their parent. And that's the problem. They don't get it enough from their parents. They don't hear it enough from their parents. They don't get enough attention and affection from their parents that they see it out from somewhere else. And that isn't acceptable. My children, I have 2 girls, and I always tell them that they're important. I always tell them that they're special. I always tell them that they're beautiful. I tell them that they're smart. I tell them that they're brilliant. I tell them they can do it. They hear it from me. Before they can hear it from anybody else, they hear it from me. There's no reason for me to be a parent and not be able to instill that into my child. They will always get hugs and affection and my attention. I had them. I chose to have them in this world. So they will always have affection with me. They will always know that they matter. Top tier. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for them to ever think that they need to go anywhere else to find love, to know that they're important, accepted, appreciated. No, not at all. And on top of that, they're 5. So I make sure I tell them not to be smiling in no man's face. As soon as I don't care. We'll be out in public and there'll be guys that be like trying to play with them. Now, granted, it might be some guys who are parents, you know what I'm saying? They're dads themselves, and they like little kids, not little kids as pedophile, but they acknowledge that they're little kids, you know what I'm saying? And they play with them and stuff like that. But at the same time, I keep an eye on it. My kids should not be comfortable with doing that at all. But they don't get to smile in anybody's face, you know what I'm saying? And even some women, if I get a vibe or whatever, I'd be like, calm down. And I try to teach them to read energy, read people. Don't be smiling at everybody. Don't, you know what I'm saying? You could be kind, and especially when spoken to, but don't be smiling in everybody's face. As soon as I see it, like, hey, look this way. I can catch them staring, and they're just kids, so they're just looking, observing their surroundings and getting an understanding, registering it, right? And I'll tell them, hey, pay attention, this way. Even if there's guys that, like, I don't know, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, you mean well, cool, that's what's up. But as far as my girls need to know, like, no, cut that out. You don't need to be smiling in no man's face. You don't need to get comfortable in being in no strange man's face. Keep it to yourself, just so they can understand, like, it's not cool to be going that way. And I was raised like that too. So I'm walking home and, you got these grown men hey baby, and I'm like 10 to 20, 10 to 20, you know what I'm saying? At 9 years old, I was not allowing it. I was not allowing it, you know, and that was just how I was raised. And I was told, you stay in a child's place, don't be up in no man's face. I was told that. So it created a mindset of feeling like, nah, that's gross, that's nasty, you know what I mean? Even though, you know, I'm not gonna front, we go to school and we got some teachers that be looking good and stuff and whatnot, but I didn't do that until high school. I wasn't 13 doing that. I wasn't 13, you know, seeing teachers and like, ooh, no. I wasn't 12 and 10 doing all that. That didn't happen until I was like 16, 17 years old. And I was still, you know, kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, nah. We have to start paying attention to our kids. We have to, because they're getting too much attention from unnecessary people. And then we wake up and our kids are not there anymore. Yeah, we need to stop and pay attention now, so we don't have to worry about our eyes being opened later on. There is no reason for a child to be smiling up in a grown man's face. I do not care. There's limitations, even if it's family. At a certain age, there's limitations. Like, come on, no, ain't no touching and feeling. There's no reason for a child to feel comfortable with being touched on and everything. And you have to teach it now, because if you don't, then when it does start to feel weird to them, they're going to feel bad about saying something about it because you normalized it. So even if they feel uncomfortable, they're going with it because they feel like they're going to get in trouble for even saying anything. No, not at all. Let's not. Sorry. Not over here. Not over here. We're not having that, because I'd be damned if I gotta, you know, look and I'm sending so much healing vibes and so much compassionate vibes and consoling and strengthening vibes to any parent who's ever had to go through that. I am not putting the blame, I'm not tossing shade at all. I'm just saying we who haven't need to learn from those who have on what we need to do. Don't have no kids if you don't want to pay attention. Or don't take full custody of them if you don't want to pay attention. I'm just keeping it real. If you're not trying to take accountability for what you need to do as a parent, and you're not trying to take accountability of what you brought into this world, then don't be there. Let somebody else who wants to do it. If it's too much for you and then you just cannot, then I think you need to step away. I think you need to just step away and have someone else who can take care of that. Like, simple as that. Yes, being a parent is hard, it's difficult. You know what I'm saying? We be wanting our break days, we be wanting some time to ourselves at times, especially when you don't have any help. But I'll go through that. Not having help and being stressed out and tired before I have to go through just being distraught because my child is not there anymore. Or my child has to live with some type of traumatization where they just can't cope in life because of what happened to them. No, not happening. So we gotta definitely normalize showing our kids love, showing them that they don't got to get it from nowhere else but right here with your parent who cares for you, who cares for your safety. You know what I'm saying? You matter. Simple. I mean, I can go over and over again, but it's important that we do that.